Hi everyone and welcome to Sade Crochets. For this tutorial we will be making a blue boy's baby blanket. This is actually for my nephew who is coming, so we're really excited about that. I picked these 3 different blues and it was so funny that they all ended up being denim colors. So I picked Stonewash and then dark denim and pale denim, and these are, I love this cotton. They're a medium weight 4 yarn. It's a soft cotton from Hobby Lobby, and I used 2 skeins, not quite fully two skeins of these 2 colors, and I had to break open a 3rd skein for this medium color. I like to do like a gradient effect, so the medium color I use the most of, and these 2 I use the same amount. So I'd say you need about 360 yards of your 2 lighter and darker color, and then you would need roughly about maybe 400 to 450 of the medium color for the size blanket that I'm making. You can also choose to make this blanket a different size, but I'm making a 30 by 40, roughly 30 by 40 size blanket, so it's smaller. It is baby blanket. But if you want to make it larger, you can do so by doing any multiple of 3 plus 2. All right, and then I will also be using a J hook, which is a 6mm hook. So let's jump right. Okay, so I am starting off with my main color of the blanket, which is the Stonewash color, the medium tone color. And I'm gonna make a slip knot, and then I'm gonna chain out 98 chains, and you can also chain out any multiple of 3 plus 2. I am making a 30 by 40 sized blanket. This chain is around 28 inches, so it leaves a little bit of room for me to add a border at the end. So go ahead and finish your foundation chain. All right, so once you finish your foundation chain, we're going to start off with row 1. So we're going to skip this first stitch and then single crochet in the second chain from the hook. And then we're just going to put 1 single crochet in every stitch along the foundation chain. So in total you should have 97 single crochets, or 1 less single crochet than your foundation chain. So go ahead and finish your single crochets. All right, so once you finish your row of single crochets, we're going to go ahead and chain 1 and turn. All right, so from here we're going to put 1 single crochet in the first stitch, and then we're also going to put a half double crochet in the same stitch, and then we're also going to put a double crochet in the same stitch. So a single crochet, half double crochet, and then double crochet. And then from here we're going to skip 2 stitches and repeat that again. So skip 1, 2, and then single crochet, half double crochet in the same stitch, and then double crochet in the same stitch. And then we'll skip 2, single crochet in the next stitch, half double crochet into the same stitch, and double crochet in the same stitch. And that's how we're repeating this pattern. So go ahead and finish this until the end of the row. All right, so this is what it looks like so far. And when you get to the end of the row, you'll have one of these groups of 3, and then you'll have 3 stitches left. So at the end of the row, you'll skip 2 and then single crochet into the last stitch, just like that. From here, we're going to chain 1 and turn. So this is a really easy blanket pattern, like I said. It's really row 2 there is just going to repeat, and I'm repeating it for until I complete row 85. That'll give me the length that I need plus the border. So to start row 3, we're just going to repeat row 2. So we chained 1 and turned, and then we're going to single crochet, half double crochet in the same stitch, and then double crochet in the same stitch, and then we'll skip 2, and it just works out that we'll be working into the single crochet of the last row. So skip 2 and then single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet. And this pattern works up fairly quickly because you can always tell that you're going to go into that little valley there. So you have your high points, your peaks, and your valleys. So eventually you'll be able to see this single crochet really easily and be able to fly through this blanket pattern. So like I said, you're going to repeat this pattern until row 85 is complete. So you're going to repeat that pattern until row 85 is complete. And I've been changing up my colors here, so I'm going to list here on the side the color scheme that I used. But yeah, you're going to repeat that until row 85 is complete. And you can pause it here so you can see what the color scheme I used is, if you want to use that. Or this is these rows. There's 84 of these rows minus row 1, so that is divisible by 3. So you can kind of play with any color combo of 3, or whatever combo you want to think of. I just thought 3 colors would be cool. But from here, once you're done with row 85, then we're going to do row 86, which is just like row 1. So we're going to chain 1 and turn. And for row 86, we're just going to be putting 1 single crochet in every stitch across. So it's pretty much the same as row 1. And at the end of this row, you should have 97 single crochets. All right, so once you're done with that single crochet row, you'll see it kind of just straightened out that little windy pattern that we had going. And from here, I'm just gonna pull up a big loop, because before I start on my border, which I'm starting with this same color. Before I start on that, I'm going to go through and weave in all of these tails, just before I do the border. Okay, just to show you, I'm kind of weaving these in a little bit different. I'm actually just continuously tying knots and trying to keep these colors within their own color, just so I can crochet over them, but they're not so long. That way the first row of this border won't be bulky. So I'll just show you what I mean. It really doesn't matter like which direction you go in, but I'm trying to keep the colors towards their own color. So like this one, for example, I would just tie a knot, pull up a loop, and then act like I'm tying off. And I'm just going to do that along the border of the blanket, but like try to stay within the color that the tail I'm on. So like this one, for example, I would just go towards this bigger patch of the same color blue and just keep tying a knot. And once I kind of get it to where like this color is about to run out, I'm just going to go back the other way that I came from, if that makes sense. So it's just my unique way of tying off for this particular project. You guys know that I don't like necessarily weaving in a whole bunch of ends, and I just feel like this is faster so that I can weave over these little smaller tails instead of super long ones, so that they won't be like super bulky under the first row of my. Okay, so once you're done weaving in your ends to your liking, you don't have to weave them in this way, by the way. You can weave them in however you like. Go ahead and chain one and turn. All right, so now what we're going to do is in this very first single crochet, we're going to put one single crochet, chain one, and then one single crochet in the same stitch, and that is our corner stitch. So single crochet, chain one, single crochet, and I'm just going to mark it so that I know where it is. From there, we're going to go ahead and single crochet, one single crochet in every stitch across until you reach the next corner stitch. All right, so I have reached my next corner, the last stitch of the row, and there I will do the same thing and put one single crochet, chain one, and one single crochet into the same stitch. And I'm just going to mark my chain one spot so I know where it is. And from here I'm going to turn and begin to work along the sides of rows. All right, so once you turn it on its side, you'll see that, so our rows are not a definitive height. They're kind of like in between a single crochet and a double crochet, because we have single, half double, and double crochets in the same row. So I'm going to try to put as best as I can, I'm going to try to put 3 single crochets in the side of every 2 rows. And so what I'm going to do is just count 2 rows off and put 3. So 1, 2, and 3. So that's kind of how I'm going to try to do it. Just trying to space them out so there's about 3 single crochets in the side of every 2 rows. So go ahead and line this side with single crochets as best as you can, spacing them out. Make sure you count them, because we'll want to repeat that same number for the other side to make sure that the blanket is even. I'll let you know how many I end up with, but go ahead and finish this side and I'll meet you there. And that gave me 126 single crochets on the side of the row. So I'm going to try to match that when I get to the opposite side, the other side that is the side of rows. So from here, we're just going to repeat what we just did. So we're going to put in the corner stitch 1 single crochet, chain 1, and 1 more single crochet in the corner stitch, and I'm gonna mark that. But then we'll go across the bottom, and you should have 97 single crochets across the bottom, and then we'll hit that next corner and do the corner. So we're basically just going all the way around the blanket until we get to the beginning. All right, so I made my way all the way around, and now I'm going to slip stitch into that first single crochet of the row. So I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch in there, and then chain 1 and fasten off. Now I'm going to change colors to color B. I'm going to reattach my yarn into this chain 1 space that I marked off. I'm going to reattach with a double knot. Like that, and then I'm going to pull up a loop and chain 1. From there I'm going to turn my work to work in the opposite direction. So from here I'm going to kind of repeat what we've been doing. I'm just switching my color to the next color. So I'm going to insert my hook into that chain 1 space, pull up a loop, single crochet, chain 1, and insert my hook into the corner again, pull up a loop, and single crochet. And then I'm just going to mark off my chain 1 space. And then from there I'm just going to single crochet, put 1 single crochet in every stitch around, and weave over these tails as I go. So we're going to repeat this border row, and I'm switching colors after every row. I'm also going to chain 1 and turn after every row. So I will show you right here what is the color scheme that I'm using for the border, but essentially it's the same as we just did. We're just going to do to our corner what we do to every corner: single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, and then we're going to put 1 single crochet in every stitch around. Alright, so going over the colors of the border, the first row is the Stonewash, obviously. The second row I did dark denim. The third row, row 3, I did Stonewash. Row 4 is pale denim. Row 5 is Stonewash. Row 6 is pale denim. Row 7 is Stonewash. Row 8 is dark denim. And row 9 is Stonewash. And that is how I did my colors for the border. I did 9 rows total. So again, you can find the colors for the main part of the blanket in the description box below. And if you do like this pattern and you would like to see the written pattern, you can find that for free on my blog, www.chardecrochets.com, under the free patterns section. And this pattern will also be available on my Etsy page if you would like your own ad-free copy. And we're always grateful for your support if you do purchase from Etsy. But other than that, I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave me a comment if you like this video. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.